Kansas, 5-star helmets do not prevent concussions but are better than helmets with a lower rating. Do you agree with this? And if it's true, then why does BHS buy the most expensive?
We buy the third most expensive helmets. There's helmets that are more. Ours run about $200 to $250. So we get top-notch helmet, but it's not the most expensive because we agree that it's not going to be the helmet that's going to prevent the concussion. It's going to be the way you teach form tackling that's going to prevent the concussion. But it's still easier to tell a parent that you put a 5-star helmet on their kid if they get injured rather than going cheaper and buying something that's not as good.
I grew up hearing that sometimes you get what you pay for. So, I think we always kind of err on the side of caution in terms of if we're going to go cheap on anything, it's maybe going to be your jerseys, your pants, but we're not going to slim on the helmet.
It's more of a state rule now than something that was specifically put in for Brodhead. We have to take time the first 2 weeks of practice to go through all individual tackling, but we extend that to at least 2 times a week where we do nothing but form tackling and go through tackling stations, so we keep that muscle memory and continue doing it.
Research says that 78% of concussions are caused during a game in practice. How do you try to prevent doing that, having that outcome?
Well, you have to have your coaches educated on how to teach it the right way first, because if you're not teaching it right, the kids are going to do it wrong in the game. And a lot of times in practice now, teams aren't able to go live, so they're not getting that chance to do a lot of tackling. So you're going to get it higher in games, and that's more to, you don't want kids getting hurt in practice because it's a high-impact sport. So as long as you're taking the time to do the form tackling and teaching the right techniques, then.
I got my concussion during football practice, and I was fine the first day, and then the next day I knew I had them just because of the headaches, and I've known what it was like to have one before, so yeah, it just takes a lot of rest to get over them. Since I've had so many concussions, I only have 20% hearing in my left ear, and it sucks because I can't play football anymore because I missed the game, and it really sucks not being able to tackle or hit anybody.
Have you ever had a concussion from football?
No.
Have you ever had a concussion period?
Yes.
And what does that feel like?
It's that foggy feeling where it's kind of, you're not sure really what's around you, or you lose your spatial awareness and stuff like that.
And how do you know when a player is ready to return to the sport after they receive one?
Well, we have our impact testing that they have to take at the start of the year, and then if they get a concussion, they have to revisit that test, and they have to pass it in order to come back. You got to be 2 weeks asymptomatic with no headaches, no dilated eyes. So as soon as our doctor tells us that it's okay, then that's when we know that it's okay for them to come back.
As you can see, there are contradicting ideas about the safety of football helmets, but studies have shown all helmets are the same.